To begin, find a space where you won't be disturbed. You can pause the meditation at any time to get more comfortable, or stop it if you no longer wish to continue. As you begin to settle, become aware of your breath, allowing it to deepen now. Take a long inhalation, fully expanding in your belly as you do this. Exhale slowly. If this feels good, do it a few more times as you begin to relax. Expanding on the inhale, exhaling slowly. Now allow your breath to return to normal. Picture yourself standing at the bottom of a cobbled street, winding up a steep hill. It is dusk, and the air around you is just beginning to cool as the red-orange sun is setting on a beautiful summer's day. The atmosphere of the early evening light is calming, and it feels somewhat extraordinary. The buildings that line both sides of the narrow street are constructed of large stonework, beautifully worn with age. A warm glow from one building draws your attention. It has a large front window. The light from it is reflecting off the cobbles in front. It looks inviting enough for you to start walking towards it, and you soon realize that it's a bookshop. As you come upon the shop front, you take in the contents of the window. It contains books that appear to have been rescued from the distant past, with very few markings to distinguish them. They are varying sun-faded shades of red, green, blue and orange. Beyond the windows is a cosy-looking scene. Shelves piled high with books. A glow from an old-fashioned lamp. At the entrance, a sign says "Open," so you choose to venture inside. Looking around, there appears to be no one here, but a comforting, sweet smell fills the air. An almost woody combination of coffee and chocolate. On a countertop near the door, a sleepy white cat with thick fur is curled up on a well-worn cushion. He lazily opens one eye and adjusts his position before closing it again. He silently approves your presence. The counter is piled high with papers that look untidy and yet organized at the same time. Aside from your new feline friend in his oasis of paperwork, the shop is wall to wall with rows of heavy dark wooden shelving full of books. You think how easily you could lose hours browsing this multitude of volumes. You approach the shelves, noticing the musky smell of old paper. You reach a hand out and run your fingers across the ruffled edges of one particularly large publication. It feels soft, like fabric more than paper. Wandering along one of the rows of books, you imagine the depth of knowledge and number of stories from the past that they contain. Your eyes are drawn to 2 volumes in particular. Side by side, they look strangely familiar. One red, one green, and both identical in size. Picking them up, you hold one in each hand. The red book feels quite heavy, and in comparison, the green book feels almost weightless. Picture yourself holding these books and notice the difference in weight. You're surprised to observe your own name in antique style gold lettering on the front of both books. The green book has the subheading Strengths, and the red book reads Weaknesses. You feel quite surprised to discover your name in this unusual circumstance, and you feel strongly compelled to know what these books contain. Looking around, you see an armchair that you hadn't noticed before. It is set at the end of the row of books, next to a conveniently placed reading table. Laying the books on the table, you sit in the chair. It feels soft, and yet comfortably firm, supporting you perfectly. You've attracted the attention of the white cat, who has both eyes open now and is sitting upright, yawning. His subtle acceptance of your presence makes you feel safe and welcome. Turning your attention to the books, you pick up the lighter green book and open it, wondering what a book of strengths would contain. Take a moment to imagine the kind of things that would be in this book. What strengths would others see in you? Perhaps things like friendly, kind, or has a good heart. Bring your attention to your breath and the soft movements of your body as you inhale and exhale. Allow your mind to settle as you relax into this moment. You are safe and completely supported. The comforting aroma of wood and fresh coffee brings you back into the room in time to see the friendly, white feline flump his little marshmallow body up onto the table in front of you. You realize that you hadn't yet given any attention to the heavy red book, and you aren't certain you want to look inside. No sooner than this thought entered your mind, the brazen, plump cat aims himself at your lap, stepping gingerly from the table. As he does this, the table rocks and the red book tumbles to the floor. You can't help smiling as you feel his tiny feet prod you, and he turns twice in little circles before coming to rest on your knees. You've made yourself comfortable in his domain after all. Why shouldn't he make the most of it? The weight and warmth of his furry little body relax you even more as he begins to purr softly. Your eyes fall to the book on the floor, which has landed open. The pages appear to be blank. You reach for it easily and begin to flick through the pages. They are all blank. The book is completely empty. Setting it back on the table, you think you catch a glimpse of a smug, knowing look on the cat's adorable face. This sets off a glow from inside you, at your heart center. Notice this area now, and imagine it glowing with a brilliant white light. Imagine that light filling your entire body, surrounding your entire being. You are safe, comfortable, and very relaxed.